No matter your age or where you are financially, there are some key monetary goals for you to think about as we kick off 2015. LearnVest.com polled 100,000 people.
It discovered a clear U-curve. 20-somethings are overly confident, but that confidence takes a big dip in their 30s and 40s. Why is that? Let's ask Alexa Von Tobel, founder and CEO of LearnVest.com and author of the New York Times bestseller, Financially Fearless. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Talk about this U-curve, because it's really interesting.
It is so fascinating. So what we find is in your 20s, when you're not really thinking about your finances nearly enough, you're overly confident, you feel great. And then you go through dual income, no kids, where you feel like you have lots of extra money because you pair up. And then you hit your 30s and 40s and stress really sinks in. It's the #1 cause of fights and marriages. And what we find is confidence absolutely dissipates and you're in a position where you're really stressed. And we want to fix that by helping people think about 2015 resolutions and ultimately getting a plan.
So whatever age you are, what should you do in this coming year?
So in this coming year, you want to actually sit down and have a complete game plan for your finances, not willy-nilly, a bit here, a bit there. You want a plan. And so we start with things like retirement. Right now we know about 53% of Americans are only contributing to their retirement plan at work. Not enough. And so some of the key tips there that we try to think about are, one, you want to make sure in 2015 you can contribute the full $18,000 to your 401k plan, $5,500 to your IRA, and a rule of thumb is you want 20 times your salary. It's a big number. It's a scary number when you actually look at it on paper, but that's what you want to be working towards for your own retirement.
I think when people think of the new year, one of the resolutions for a lot of people is to finally own a new home.
Yes. We know that emotionally, home ownership is still the American dream. It's the thing that we're all committed to. At LearnVest, all of our clients, it's their #1 purchase they're working towards. And so in 2015, we expect home prices to go up between 5 to 10% across the country, and mortgage rates to also potentially go up. So recent legislation, we thought and hoped that they would mandate that you have to put down 20% to really protect the individual. It didn't go through, but at LearnVest, we still recommend a 20% down payment as a proxy for what you truly can afford. So work towards that 20%.
Credit card debt, of course, is something a lot of people are dealing with. How do we manage that in the new year?
So credit card debt, it's the thing that stresses us out. 1 in 5 Americans don't think they're going to actually be able to pay off their credit card debt in their lifetime. And the average household has about 9,000. So very simple tips are the following. If you're carrying a ton of credit card debt, make 2 payments a month. It compounds daily, not monthly and not yearly. So if you actually make 2 payments, you'll save yourself a little bit of extra interest through that intra-month extra payment. And then on the flip side, if you're really struggling, if you really know you have a spending problem, go on cash. I actually recommend you put your credit cards in the freezer. It's crazy, but do it. Put them on ice, literally, so that you can actually reset psychologically your spending.
Let's talk about college, because I recently interviewed a father of 4. 3 of the kids were heading off to college, and he told me he was already $250,000 in the hole. I mean, it's crazy. In general, education inflation is 8%, where typical inflation is about 3%. So it's, the $1 trillion of student debt burdened across the country. Everyone's really affected by it. So if you're the student carrying the debt, it's really important that when you consolidate, that you do a very good job. Consult an expert. You only get to consolidate once. And if you're the parent, we always remind you, think about retirement first, because you can't take out loans for your retirement, then think about your kids' education.
All very good advice, and hope we'll follow it in the new year.
Sobering advice.
Sobering advice.
A lot to work on in the new year. Alexa Von Tobel, thanks so much.